Something strange is happening at the stores. Black Friday was busy. Cyber Monday was busy. But December is different. People aren't just shopping. They're panic buying. Electronics flying off shelves. Appliances sold out. Cars being purchased at sticker price with no negotiation. Best Buy employees report customers buying multiple TVs. Apple stores running low on iPhones. Car dealerships can't keep inventory. This isn't normal holiday shopping. This is fear. And if you don't understand why, you're about to get hit hard in your wallet. The reason is simple. Tariffs. Donald Trump takes office January 20th, 2025. He's promised the biggest tariffs in modern American history. 60% tariffs on all goods from China, 10% universal tariffs on everything imported from anywhere. And Americans import almost everything. Your iPhone, your TV, your refrigerator, your car, your clothes, your furniture. 70% of consumer goods sold in America are made somewhere else. And in 37 days, all of them are about to get dramatically more expensive. Let's do the math. An iPhone 15 Pro costs $1,000. 90% of components come from China. Assembly happens in China. With a 60% tariff, that phone doesn't cost $1,000 anymore. It costs $1,600. Maybe more if Apple passes the full cost to consumers. A 75-inch Samsung TV currently sells for $1,200. Made in Vietnam. 10% universal tariff, new price $1,320. Doesn't sound like much, but multiply that across every purchase you make for a year. The average American household spends $60,000 annually. If prices rise 15% across the board due to tariffs, that's $9,000 in additional costs. Every year, that's a new car payment. That's a vacation. That's your savings account. People understand this math, maybe not consciously, but they feel it. They know Trump promised tariffs. They know tariffs mean higher prices. So they're buying now, before January 20th. Before the prices jump. This is rational behavior. The problem is it's creating shortages. When everyone tries to buy everything at once, supply can't keep up. Retailers weren't prepared for this surge. They planned for normal holiday demand, not panic buying of big-ticket items in December. Best Buy is seeing unprecedented demand for electronics, not just popular items. Everything. Laptops, tablets, gaming consoles, headphones, soundbars. Customers are buying 2 or 3 of some items. One person bought 4 laptops. When asked why, they said they're vying for the next few years before prices go up. Best Buy employees on Reddit report they've never seen anything like this. Not even during COVID, when people were buying everything for remote work and entertainment. Apple stores are running low on inventory. iPhones, iPads, MacBooks, AirPods, all selling faster than normal. The iPhone 16 just launched in September. Normally there's plenty of stock through December. This year they're running tight on some models. People are upgrading early, buying gifts early, buying backup devices, because they know the iPhone 17 coming next September will cost significantly more if tariffs are in place. Car dealerships are experiencing something remarkable. For 2 years, they could unsell cars because prices were too high and interest rates made payments unaffordable. Now suddenly people are buying. Not because prices dropped, not because rates dropped, because they expect prices to rise even more. A Honda Civic built in America still has parts imported from China, Mexico, Canada. Universal tariffs hit all those imports. Dealers estimate cars could go up $3,000 to $5,000 under Trump's tariff plan. So people who are waiting are buying now, paying sticker price. No negotiation. Just get me the car before January. Home Depot and Lowe's are seeing the same pattern. Appliances, refrigerators, washing machines, dryers, dishwashers, almost all imported or made with imported parts. A refrigerator that costs $1,500 today could cost $1,800 in February. So if you need a fridge, you buy it now. Same with washing machines. Same with power tools. People are stocking up, not because they need these things immediately, because they're afraid of what comes next. Clothing retailers report unusual behavior, people buying winter coats in bulk, buying next year's wardrobe now. Why? Almost all clothing is imported. Bangladesh, Vietnam, China, Mexico, India. Tariffs will hit everything. A $50 shirt becomes $55 or $60. A $200 winter coat becomes $220 or $240. Multiply that across your entire wardrobe and you're talking hundreds or thousands in extra costs over time. Here's where it gets interesting. This panic buying is creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. When everyone rushes to buy before tariffs, demand surges. When demand surges, prices rise even before tariffs hit. Retailers see unprecedented demand and raise prices because they can. Supply and demand. If people are willing to pay more now to avoid tariffs later, retailers capture that value. So prices are already rising in December. Not because tariffs are in effect, because fear of tariffs is driving behavior. Credit card companies are loving this. Holiday spending is up 18% compared to last December. Not because people have more money, because they're panic buying on credit. The average American is adding $3,000 to their credit card balance this December at 24% interest. That's $720 per year in interest alone. And many cards are raising rates to 30% in January. So people are buying now to save money on tariffs, but paying later with massive interest charges. The math doesn't work. They're trading tariff costs for interest costs, and interest compounds. Tariffs are one time. Interest never stops. The people getting hurt worst are those who can't afford to panic buy. If you have savings, you can stock up now. Buy the appliances, buy the electronics, buy the car. Avoid the tariff hit. But if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you can't do that. You have to buy things when you need them, which will be after January 20th. After tariffs hit, after prices rise. So the wealthy and middle class with savings are protecting themselves. The working poor are getting left behind. Again, this is how inequality accelerates. Those with resources prepare, those without resources suffer. There's also a question of whether the tariffs will actually happen. Trump promised them, but presidents promise lots of things. Tariffs require congressional approval. In some cases, they create inflation, which Trump also promised to fight. They hurt American consumers, which could turn voters against him quickly. Some economists think Trump is using tariff threats as negotiation tactics. Threaten big tariffs, get other countries to make concessions, then don't actually implement them, or implement smaller tariffs than threatened. But the panic buying is happening regardless, because people can't afford to gamble. If tariffs do hit and you didn't prepare, you're stuck paying higher prices for years. If tariffs don't hit and you bought early, you wasted some time but didn't lose money. The risk-reward favors buying now, so rational people are doing it, even if they're not sure tariffs will happen. Retailers are caught in a difficult position. They're selling out of inventory in December, which is great for revenue, but they have to reorder. And if they reorder now, the new inventory arrives after January 20th, after tariffs potentially hit, so they'll pay more for the inventory, which means they'll have to charge consumers more, which means January and February could see dramatic price increases even on items that were manufactured before tariffs, because the retailers' cost went up when they International suppliers are scrambling. Chinese manufacturers are trying to ship as much as possible to America before January 20th, get it through customs before tariffs hit. Shipping costs are spiking because everyone is trying to ship at once. Ports are getting congested. This creates delays, which creates more panic. If your shipment doesn't arrive before January 20th, you pay the tariff. So companies are paying premium rates for expedited shipping. Those costs get passed to consumers too. Here's the bottom line. Whether tariffs actually happen or not, the fear of tariffs is already raising prices. Panic buying creates scarcity. Scarcity drives prices up. Retailers pass increased costs to consumers. Credit card debt is spiking, which will crush people in January when bills come due. The wealthy are protecting themselves by buying now. The poor are getting priced out. And we won't know if any of this was necessary until Trump actually takes office and shows his cards. The smart play: if you need something expensive that's imported and you have the cash, buy it now. Don't use credit cards. Cash only. Because the interest will kill you. If you don't have cash, wait, see what actually happens? Don't go into debt based on fear, but if you have the resources, the risk of tariffs is real enough that protecting yourself makes sense. The panic is rational. The spending might not be. And in 37 days we'll find out if everyone was right to be afraid, or if this was the biggest overreaction in retail history. Either way, December 2024 will be remembered as the month Americans panic bought their way through the holidays. Not out of joy. Oucha. Fear. If you made it this far, let me know in the comments if you're panic buying or waiting it out. And subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching.